Welcome back, guys, to the show. We had a few issues there getting some players onto the servers, but we should be good to go now. We have EnVyUs, we've got NiP, and Dust, and they're on Dust 2. For your viewing pleasure, it's gonna be a good one, I think.
Yeah, no, it should be a good one. Both teams very good on Dust 2. NB probably favorites going into this map, I would say, because they are the Dust 2 team together with, I guess, TSM nowadays. But we know that EnVyUs have an insanely strong Dust 2. But you know, NiP kind of being having a bit of a resurgence as of late. We've kind of I think everyone had written NiP off prior to ESL Dubai.
Oh yeah. No one really thinks about them now.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's like written off is a good way to actually say that.
Yeah, so NiP were just like, yeah, they're still there. They're going to be at a major. They're probably going to get top 8, but
they're like not a relevant storyline at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Previously, even when they were in a downward trajectory, you still had the upset potential. Everybody was like, well, NiP can still do it, and they always perform well at majors. And it got to the point where like everyone was saying to themselves, well, NiP
kind of bored of this now.
Yeah, we've reached the very end, right? But all of a sudden, after Dubai, they started playing like champions again, and now they're just knocking faces left and right, and who knows what to expect. That's really the fun thing, because NiP are playing without any pressure at all. They've hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
From now on, it can only go up, and
they probably forget to buy. Doesn't have anything. Just got a Glock and
this is next level strats
and nothing else. Oh dear though. Oh no. Oh my god. NBK is just going to kill everybody.
Yeah. Oh, Apex steals one.
Okay, well, this is a bit of a write-off as well. EnVyUs, they are really fantastic and enjoyable to watch, especially now that they've got their new, fresh, shiny, star-studded lineups to play with. And I said this, I think, before, when I was in Kiev, actually the first time I met you, actually, we worked an event in like March. It's a Star Series Finals. I asked Happy in one late night conversation. I think you were even present actually at some point there. It's like, okay, you know, how are you happy with how the team plays? How coming, you know, because he's coming back from that LDLC team where he was super tactical, super strategic, working with like skills that were nothing compared to the top 8 teams. Yet he could still manage to make that team win. It's like such a different thing with that EnVyUs. And I was like, and he's like, oh, I'm not happy with how we play, but it works. Then EnVyUs imploded, and now we've got the new EnVyUs. And I asked him that same question in Serbia recently, and he's like, yeah, I'm still unhappy with how we play. So it's like, well,
but it works.
Exactly. So still no pleasing this guy, but got the eco push coming in from NiP at the moment. The actual force buy, and looks like it's not going so well indeed for them. No bomb plant and only a single kill. That's really brutal, to be honest, because now it's more or less a full eco. Allu saved enough for an AWP in the following round, but that's not good.
Yeah. Well, it was 100% more kills than what they had in the pistol. Gotta stay positive. All right.
Stay positive, guys.
Yeah. No, but Envy probably looking to get another pretty simple eco round here, or anti-eco round. Gonna be curious to see whether or not kioShiMa opts to go up from that shotgun coming in the upcoming buy round. Same thing with NBK. NBK is probably gonna stay on that FAMAS anyway. Possible to do damage a bit different for Kio, but this should be a pretty straightforward round for Envy.
Oh, can he yes? Is there a nade? Nope, no nades. So he can just chill here. He's like, guys,
please help,
guys. And they're like, we got this covered, man.
I'm actually surprised that Kenny's actually like moving slowly more and more behind. Yeah, he's actually gonna go for more. Oh, he will actually pay for it. So the greediness gets the better of him in the end, but still, 2 deaths in total. Not the biggest deal. I guess the best thing for NiP is that both of the kills they had were on Kenny, so you know his economy takes a bit of a hit, but he's got teammates and they're gonna drop him ops, so it's all good.
Yeah. Let's see, allu with an AWP too. It's been a long time coming. They've been waiting for this moment. Let's see if it's gonna pay off for them. We got the standard kind of stuff from EnVyUs here. 3 players towards long at the start of the round to battle against any rush timings. And there will be a bit of a challenge here. 3 players from NiP out there. And, oh, wow, NBK is so good at this position. I like how he's returned to his old A long ways. And we'll see him go down eventually. But Happy's there. He's around the smoke. Oh, get right. Instantly taking him down. And Apex falls as well. Kenius now needs to do a lot of work. There is the first play. Spotted the second one. Oh, I could have sworn that was going to connect. And he's not going to get another chance. Imagine if he picks up that kill, we could very well be looking at a clutch. But EnVyUs, they will be able to buy again. They got a lot of money, which is kind of nuts.
Yeah, Kyo actually held on to that shotgun, so this is going to be the first time he actually buys a proper weapon. He actually drops the FAMAS for NBK. So sharing the care right now. NiP pretty happy about how that turned out. Only lost 2 members in total. That's definitely definitely a good way of going about it for the first Baron. And the most important thing really is the fact that they maintained that op on allu.
Look at this pressure on long there. They already have NiP already have Forest there. NBK's very alone here right now. His teammates are on the bomb site, so he's not going to get much in the way of help. Maybe a pop flash from a teammate, just as he did there, to peek out, but the flash is going to be kind of useless. He won't turn it into a frag. Smoke comes in as well. This will make life a little bit easier. NBK, really nice prediction there, just spamming through the smoke. He gets some good damage, forces the NiP players back, and they are taking a really long time getting into long, and they're not doing anything from it at the moment. So that means NBK is doing his job well. Yeah,
initially it looked like they wanted to do the same type of execute out as long as they did in the previous round, except with a bit more moderation. So they were taking it more slowly, making sure that they didn't run into one of the pop flashes from NBK. And well, Get Right picks up Happy. And well, all of a sudden, 2 players left for Envy and Kio. No, it's NBK with that AK on long. Not going to be able to do too much here. Well, he's actually just going to die. And in a situation like that, I'm not really sure if there's any point in him trying to go for a retake, because kioShiMa clearly didn't have much of an idea of actually going for that retake with him.
So it's quite funny because NiP are kind of discarding this idea of any kind of a default strategy. They're really stubbornly just pushing A there, keeping the pressure on, and EnVyUs are not really taking it for granted. They're not going to say, all right, NiP seem to be just going for A here. They're not trying to kind of outgame them in that sense. They're playing it as if it was any other team who could potentially go back into mid, anything like this.
Well, with the way NiP have been playing as of late, I think that's very reasonable. That's a reasonable mindset to have, thinking that NiP, seeing how they're playing somewhat recklessly, but it's working for them. It's kind of what Envy does at times as well. Like, you can't really be certain of a thing. Like, sure, you might see 3 people out long, but that doesn't mean the bomb is there or that they're planning on actually executing towards long.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a really nice setup for trades.
Yeah.
Go in there, get some trades maybe, boom, fall back, force them into a different setup. All kinds of things going on.
Oh, that's a nice nade.
That is money. You've got the Deagles though, and again, you can't take EnVyUs for granted with these Deags. Great damage done here by these pistols, but if you can't get the frags, it won't count for much. And still NBK labors on these frags, and you won't pick up anything. And kioShiMa's like, guys, you're putting me in these spots
Please
again.
Help me out, yeah.
I'm just like, he's just not even playing at the moment. He's just a spectator to the violence.
There you go. By the way, do you notice the pictures on NiP's side?
Yeah, we saw them for the first time actually the other day. Although Forrest has changed his.
Yeah.
What is he like, Mega Man? Is it like Mega Man or something?
I think it's Mega Man.
It's supposed to be like super evil looking Mega Man.
Is it either Mega Man or like a super evil Captain Falcon?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, NiP magic back and forth.
is now playing Counter-Strike. What is this?
Isn't he supposed to be doing work?
Yeah.
Like,
what is going on right now?
Oh, busted. Now, looks like Kio's going to be able to hold on to that weapon, and NiP have no interest of actually running after him. And, well, kind of makes sense. Regardless of what would have happened in that round, kioShiMa would have been able to buy up. So no real reason for NiP to go hunting. And, well, they've gotten quite quickly back into it. And these A executes, well, I guess we can't really call them executes. They're more or less just bum rushing towards either long or catwalk. And that's been working out. They're winning their duels, and that's kind of the big thing right now.
Yeah, they're keeping it really simple. It reminds me of how a lot of NA teams have been playing Dust 2 lately as well.
Yeah.
Just basically going blind all the time. Which I don't approve of. Don't approve of this.
Me neither.
For a top level team, I don't think that's a consistent way to play the game. But anyway.
Double off coming out on NiP though. Even though it's been working out with them kind of picking up the tempo and pushing quickly out into places, they're going to pick up that op on Forest as well. And that does slow down the tempo of NiP by a significant margin.
Love that toss there from Happy. That was pretty strong. Good chunk of damage off Friberg.
Yeah. It's down to 13 HP himself though.
kioShiMa's waiting for the day that he's going to see a T player. He's like waiting for the day. It's like, I know, I feel it. Disturbance in the force. But no, NiP will be coming up onto the catwalk area, onto the A-bomb site yet again. And this is going to be pretty problematic for EnVyUs. kioShiMa, he spots somebody finally. He's been waiting for this moment for so long, and he'll get a kill as well. 2 versus 3 actually means that we've got retake potential here for EnVyUs, but not quite, as NBK falls and kioShiMa
Guess what he's going to have to do? Again.
Yeah, this is a nasty spot. But he's actually going to go forwards. Maybe see if he can get some more damage in here. And he doesn't have a kit, so there's no way that he can win this round without a kit.
Yeah, yeah. Like, belief isn't going to help you here. He's potentially hoping to find an op maybe on either Forrest or allu, backing off that way. Not going to happen. And again, kioShiMa saves the round. He hasn't had the much...
How many deaths does he have?
One maybe? Yeah, one.
One death.
1 death, 1 kill. He actually got his first kill. He's pretty happy about that. So, but not the most eventful game from him so far. But that's because NiP just seems to be having a really good time towards that A bomb site. And actually, I wouldn't put it past NiP to just rush A or go towards A every single round at this T half. As long as it's working, then there's no real reason for them to actually change things up.
The thing is that the threat that they can go B, you should never...
You can't leave it.
You can't take it for granted. Yeah, that's the problem. You can't take it for granted. You can. I mean, you can try to take gambles against it, of course, but you need to be careful which times that you decide to gamble. You just have to like play solidly and not let them get in your heads with how they're playing the game, basically.
Yeah.
Because that's quite easy to do, I think. Just get a little bit frustrated. And the team is winning in ways that you feel like they shouldn't be, but there you go. Apex in with a fast frag.
That pistol, and Kenny's actually going to be able to pick up that off from Forrest. So, well, all of a sudden a bit more firepower to Envy, and they're in pretty good positions here to attempt the retake if they can find a quick frag.
Yeah, this could happen right now. The distraction comes in, but KennyS will miss the shot. That's really unfortunate. You can see he's shaking his mouse around there. He realizes that should have been a kill. And had he picked up a kill there, maybe they could actually try to salvage the round in some way. But now it's all about saving. kioShiMa saving again, and now KennyS has joined the party. So at least he's not alone this time.
Grouping up friends right now. This must be, well, this is so frustrating for Kio, because he basically doesn't get to do anything during the rounds because they never show themselves towards B, and everyone around him is just dying. So his round is just seeing nothing and trying to avoid people eventually, which is never really the way you want to play it out. Kenny does pick up 2 frags on Friberg and he's just done the end to end out the round.
They've lost 5 rounds and he's got 1 death. In fact, there's been 8 rounds played and he's got 1 death.
Yeah.
Despite it being 3-5. That is, this is a really weird game so far because between these two teams, you would expect a lot of action, a lot of crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There is almost no action in this game. I mean, of course, we're getting a few frags here on the entries, but it's
all the action is towards A.
Yeah.
Kio has never seen anything there. And
you. Nicely done by Forrest. What a beast. He's so good at T-side AWP on this map. He's so good at it. He's maybe one of the best T-side AWPers.
Yeah.
I always see him delivering with that thing consistently for his team.
Yeah, no, he's just been, weirdly enough, because you think of Forrest as a rifler, he's been so effective with the AWP. We saw that at Dubai as well when NiP started to turn things around. He was so impactful with the AWP. It didn't really matter what map. Whenever he picked it up, he was able to do something for his team.
He's the Swedish Shoxy in many ways.
Yeah, and
his proficiency across all the weapons.
Would you look at that? Guess who's left alone?
Oh,
he's actually. I think he's just pissed off.
Yeah, this point is
like I'm gonna shoot at something.
I wanna play the game, guys.
Yeah. So, Kio gets the 2nd death of the game.
Yeah, it's such a strange game because of course that last round we just saw 3 players get picked off by Forrest, and even with the first 2 picks that he got, that's the round basically over. Yeah. So again, it's another round where you don't really see much action. We just get a few picks from NiP, and they're going B. kioShiMa, are you ready, man? have you been conditioned?
He's given up hope.
Maybe he's been conditioned into complacency. Oh, he spots an 80 spots.
Actually, it was all a ruse. That's just pure evil from NiP. Kio got his hopes up, and you can even see he's got a buddy over there at the B bomb side, just hoping for the best.
What a massive tease there.
Might be a B split though right now because they're still set up with 1 guy in upper dark. I think it's Xizt. No, it's Forrest outside of T-spawn there. Well, not really outside of T-spawn either. Kind of just setting up a tent in T-spawn, waiting for anyone to push out.
Yeah. Good safe play from EnVyUs as well. Just they're playing 2-1, so they don't know what's happening. They don't want to risk going for information. And as 5 players, they don't necessarily have to rely on a play like that. So just keeping it very, very safe. And I like this. kioShiMa though, I'm quite worried that we want to see a little bit of impatience from some of the past rounds. But he's a professional, so hopefully we'll see.
The problem is the sandwich that's about to hit Envy right now on the B bomb site.
So now they know what's going on. Apex will get the first frag onto Friberg over by middle. Jump across there, the flash, and a double peek from EnVyUs. This is very good, and that's the bomb down in upper dark. So looks like this is going quite well here. Xizt is going to take a quick kill there onto Kenny S. Forest gets one as well, so things will start to go the way of NiP on the frags. But there is no time to pull this one off, and kioShiMa will spray down Xizt, and EnVyUs will win a round. Very strange game so far. A slow round, a B round. You better bet that NiP are going A in this round.
Yeah. Very half-hearted push as well.
Yeah.
That split, obviously, with the Apex picking up the frag on the first guy pushing up from mid, that alleviates some pressure. But you could tell that NB are expecting more people to push out as well, but Xizt just stood still in mid. And I think they would have been better off actually having Xizt push through and committing to the B split instead of waiting for rotations from NB. Because you need to get control over that B bomb site if you actually want to have a rotation coming in from NB. Because if they're holding it just fine with 2 people, then there's no need for a reaction from the French team. But again, Forrest opening things up with that off. He's been doing that quite a bit so far in this game. Well, long control belongs to NiP for the moment, or just a lot of the attention is being forced to long because of that opening frag. And well, Kyo's been left alone on the B bomb site.
And once again, they're just threatening A little bit. And now they're going for the blind B. They haven't actually gone out into mid to spot any information. So
yeah, and this is very surprising, the fact that they're leaving mid open. They have no idea what kind of rotations are potentially coming in from EnVy at this point, because they haven't had anyone in mid to hold on. And you can see the EnVy rotation is already in. They know it's going to be B.
They got that guy from Catwalk immediately in Happy. Happy's just going all the way. There's no distraction in the bomb site. That could be the problem for him. And he'll get the first frag. Oh, great pre-fire. Happy gets himself 3 quick kills. And that's going to completely turn around. Although, still the disadvantage here for EnVyUs as Kenny S makes his way through the window. AWP in hand, looking for any sign of these terrorist players. But there's nobody to be spotted just yet. NiP is somewhat hidden. Get right. Oh, he's going to find himself behind that Xbox. What a shot from Kenny S, though. He realizes that there is still somebody lurking there.
The time, though, it's ticking down.
Get right's going to have to go for this right now. He's going to go for the plant. He's looking down, and that is going to be that. Looking for the frag, but Kenny S knows better than to peek. Oh, almost, but really well played around there from Happy. And this is what what you were mentioning there is the fact that like NiP, they weren't checking more or less what was going on. They went for the quick play, and because they hadn't cleared things properly, Happy is in a position where he can flank them from Catwalk, which is where they just were. Almost immediately. That shouldn't happen really. Yeah,
and that way it doesn't really matter if the guy in mid. First off, he's going to see the first rotation coming in from Apex over towards B, which is going to be a big tell. And even if he dies to Happy coming in from short, that's already giving you a ton of information to work with, because you know the amount of time it's going to take for Happy to get potentially behind you, so you know what you can play with.
Here we go. We get the. A nice setup here from EnVyUs on the A bomb site. That goose position is very strong if you, well, if you have somebody to support you in crossfire with, but that is not going to be the case here. EnVyUs will lose the bomb site. Bomb will go down as well. It's up to Happy and kioShiMa to retake, and here is the first engagement. This is really going to set the tone and set the chances for EnVyUs. If kioShiMa can pull out a frag here, he's not going to be able to do so. He gets smoked away, and I don't know that he can pull off a push through that angle anymore. Forrest is on it with the AWP. And Happy's just watching crossover with the AWP from CT spawn. So, oh, nice frag there. Here goes the drop. Oh, Happy misses the no-scope. Great follow-up, though. However, it's just going to be economic damage. NiP will still win the round. And Xizt is hunting for these remaining players. And he won't find them. So 7-5. And I've got to say, this is such a weird Dust 2 for me. This is such a crazy when weird Dust 2.
Well, yeah.
And it defies convention on the top level, I think, like and how the strategy, like from a strategical perspective.
No, absolutely. But I think I even said this while we were on the break, that this is probably the worst type of matchup I could have imagined watching from a strategical aspect, because NiP and NB are kind of just going to do stuff with no real afterthought to it. And right now they've figured out, well, we've tried B a couple of times, that didn't work, so we're just going to go back to A.
Yeah, big push up A, and these guys are such powerhouses individually that they can brute force their way through pretty much any situation, and that's going to be a fantastic defensive shot there from Happy. That's going to give NiP cause for thought, just to pause and just take stock of the situation and see where they are, see if they can catch some rotation here. Almost doing so, and I think EnVyUs kind of clocks the situation slightly, but still Happy is on long with that AWP, and he's going to be a big challenge, and he's essentially should be able to guard the approach of his teammates from CT spawn into crossover, because NiP can't really peek towards that long angle, so they're kind of stuck by short. If EnVyUs take short here, that is game over here for NiP, and they know it. Ali's going to be able to defend there after a trade. Happy knows he's got to push in. What a flick there from him. kioShiMa goes in, and he will quickly fall as well. NiP with another round. And they seem very strong towards A, and it seems as if EnVyUs don't really have an answer to their A plays. Even if they know they're coming, it feels like EnVyUs are struggling to stop them.
Yeah, and at a certain point, Envy have to do something with their CT setup if they want to stop this, because at this point, I think NBK can do a pretty good job of holding that long site alone, because NiP haven't really shown any extreme aggression early on in the rounds, barring that pistol round. So I think it's perfectly fine for NiP to, or for Envy, I mean, to put NBK there alone and just have him working in pit, working with his flashes, that type of thing, and have to hold steadily towards catwalk. Even potentially push aggressively, maybe you boost someone up and have one guy playing long area from sight instead. Because right now, NiP are just doing whatever they want whenever they go towards short.
The problem I have as well with against NiP is that it's so hard against NiP because they're so good at. I mean, they've played with each other for so long, first of all, so they're really good at playing coordinated spots, like on the fly, like trading scenarios around in any spot on the map. And I feel like catwalk could be like very problematic from like it's such a pure skill battle, and if the CTs like you can't back away basically. You have to get the kills. If you don't get the kills, you're kind of screwed positionally. So there's like this huge gamble there, but I think you're in this place where you're kind of right here that EnVyUs need to take those chances. Yeah, because right now what they're doing is not helpful.
Yeah, I think they need to take the fight simply because what they're doing now, giving up catwalk pretty much. They have one guy more or less trying to hold back the entire NiP team by himself, and they'd rather have a rotation towards long to back up NBK instead of having two people towards short, holding that steadily and basically busting out every flash and nade they have to delay NiP as much as possible. And I think that's a bit of an issue. But it's really hard though, especially when NiP are going so fearlessly as they are, because if they don't stop, then you have a very limited amount of time to actually make the correct decision and throw the right nades before you just get headshot.
And NBK is going to get challenged here. He does have a teammate there, and keniS to help him out, but NBK goes down straight away. keniS doesn't have the support to actually hold there by Car. He'll go down as well. And we have a 3 versus 3, so the trades did come in enough to make this doable for Happy and Apex by the elevator position as Happy gets boosted into the bomb site, but he realizes quickly that he's got to go to short and shut down any potential split. And that's the best way that he can help to support the situation. allu goes in though, up the car, looking for those shots. Apex still hidden by elevator, and allu is very cautious here. He realizes that somebody could be lurking. He's going to have to fake the plant. He's alone now. His teammates all going down around him. Apex finding the jump spot onto allu, but you've got to be careful with that. Happy's going to have the information of where allu's standing. allu is so paranoid he can get flanked at any moment. And here's the jumping. Oh, the no-scope goes in, but it won't do the damage. That was really scary. I thought he actually hit that one. And it's going to be a 9-6 half for NiP. But this match is wide open. It can really go anyway.
Yeah, it really can. Right now it's going to be interesting to see. It's not something you say a whole lot.
These rounds are just very weird.
Yeah, it's not something
really
well, it's not often you hear, well, let's see if EnVyUs are going to take the more tactical approach.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but that's pretty much what we're looking at. But give credit where credit is due. NiP found a weakness on that A bomb site, especially on catwalk from Envy, and they just abused it to no end.
Yeah, this is one of those games where if I was to really understand what's going on, I'm gonna have to go back into the demo. I have to look at pretty much
watch it piece by piece.
Exactly, yeah, because it's one of those spots where you usually anyway when there's a CS match, if you watch enough CS, you get to see a lot of trends in how okay, I've seen this and this, and that this is kind of the strategy they're going. It's strong here, it's weak here. This is what they're trying to achieve. It's kind of obvious. Okay, this is working for this reason. It's not working for that reason. It's like kind of clear cut because at the top level, it's usually the margins are quite for error are quite small, but they're because of that they're quite clear as well. Oh, yeah. What went wrong. But with this one, it's like it's kind of different because there's lots of stuff happening that is not normal to see. So I'm not sure where I should have my attention, basically, on as far as mistakes and good plays go. For either side. But anyway, 9-6 for NiP. That's great going into your CT half. Just have to win the pistol round, and you could close out a fast dust too if you're NiP.
Oh, yeah, you definitely could. Pick up with the pistol, basically breaking the back of Envy early on. Could be all you need. Full nades picked up on Apex here. That's interesting to see, and he's over towards lower deck, and ooh, the aggressive push coming in from allu. He's going to run into a bit of a trap unless he backs off here.
He does not care. He's just going in. He's like, I'll take these fights for days. He did spot all the information for his team, and NiP having that guy on catwalk as well will be very, very helpful. It's get right there. And the rotation comes in. Oh, the insta-dink. That sucks for Friberg. He'll go down, and that's going to even the situation now. 3 versus 3. Xizt trying to land the shots as they rotate these EnVyUs players towards the A bomb site. EnVyUs could still have a strong finish here, but they are down a man, and get right is going to stop them from getting on the site too easily. Lots of damage getting put in there, though.
It's doing a great job of just buying time as well, though. Gets the kill in addition.
Nicely done. NiP will finish the round. And that was a cool push from allu, actually. They had a pretty defensive presence on catwalk in get right. So get right can kind of hear, he can kind of spot. And then allu's like, okay, I could try to push it. Because at this point, no one's in B storage, B upper dark.
In the upper dark, yeah.
Then I guess it's going to be A. I guess was the thinking
exactly.
There.
You're making the information play, and that could be a huge tell. Obviously, if you spot 3 people in upper tunnels, then that's also a massive tell for you. So definitely a nice move from NiP right there, and the fact that allu is able to get a kill out of it as well. I think it would have been okay given the information he got, even if he just went down, did a bit of damage. But the fact that he gets a kill as well, well, it basically denies Envy the opportunity to actually push into B.
Yeah.
That's a massive kill, and well, force buy from Envy. We know how deadly they can be with these guns or these pistols. To be more correct, and so
yeah, it almost feels like they're even on the weapons right now. That's kind of how it feels. But Forest is pretty beast, and he's gonna go with the Famous here. Oh, these engagements awkward. There it is. NBK their meat shots there. Finish him off. Oh, P90 not the best weapon for this task, but Xizt is gonna make it work. Pulls out the pistol finally. 2 players left. He's going to keep himself alive and rely on his teammates. That should be able to, yeah, allu's going to be able to clean up NBK.
Bombs drop down as well. In a really awkward situation. There's no way Happy's actually going to be able to get a hold of that bomb.
Hey man, we've seen what he can do with a deagle. Hey, well.
I'm not going to be able to replicate
it.
Not this time. It doesn't happen every time, as weird as it might seem.
yeah, those 5Ks with the deagle.
Yeah.
Against,
through smokes and
indeed.
Pre-fires and all that. But right now, NiP in a pretty commanding position. Forrest actually not opting to buy up with an SMG or anything like that. Probably wants an op or just a Colt next time. Because if he commits to FAMAS this time, he's going to have to hold on to it in the next round as well. And he probably knows, given that NBA didn't get a bomb plant. They had forced up with various pistols and armor. They're not going to have much to work with this time around.
And it's kind of cool as well, because you would think that, okay, maybe he could get isolated, or maybe he could be in a position where he'd be in trouble holding alone. But he's actually kind of was helping out a teammate in mid, so they had like 3 towards B at the start of the round. So that's kind of nice, because it means that he can't really get exploited with that lack of weaponry early on until later in the round when they have more information and he knows where to play. And that's kind of the situation we're in right now. But I think NiP don't know really what's going on, actually, because they didn't get any information close to the doors, and EnVyUs have been trying to deny that. And now they're going back to catwalk. So I feel like NiP really don't know what's going on.
I was sitting here with the scout, though. Not the best weapon for this kind of situation. Obviously, he's going to be able to take a lot of, or do a lot of damage potentially with the jump scout, but maybe he just pushes up quickly enough, they might be able to do something. They're actually going to get a bomb plant. That's really good for him in this situation.
Oh my god, how do you got dinked there? He gets the reload with the Glock and another frag. 3 kills and a bomb farm. That is absurd. Yeah, Forrest. That's the thing. Like Forrest worrying about maybe not purchasing that Famous, but hindsight is 2020. Famous would have been kind of nice compared to losing 3 players and giving a bomb.
Well, yeah. Well, but to be fair, I think it would have been better just having anyone else than allu with a scout in that position. Simply because there's a very limited amount of things that you can do with a scout versus 4 people.
Yeah.
Just coming straight at you at short. Because it's sure they have Glocks. One of them had a PT-50, but that can still be enough to get you down. With the new bomb plants positions that you can have planning towards short. They don't really have to dive you either, and you can't actually go aggressive with that scout. Yeah,
they can always keep running. Whereas like with rifles, the scouts are actually almost better in a sense because they have to stop to shoot, so you can buy time with the jumping shenanigans because they want to like stop and like pre-fire your position and stuff. But pistols, they're on top of you straight away.
Yeah, no fear.
It's quite an interesting dynamic actually. Like scouts actually really good on the B site and train actually for that reason, just slowing down the T's from killing you. But anyway. moving into this round, we've got the double AWP coming out from the CTs of NiP. Forest and allu on the double AWP, very powerful. NiP always rely on this, or oftentimes they like to do that, and it's very good. We've already seen Forest with that thing.
Bit of a difference here in the setup that they have compared to MB. Might be because Xizt has a P90, so they don't feel confident in having him in spawn being the rotation guy for all the potentially playing in slopes. So they're just going to give up short completely. They're just going to play for a retake.
So here we go, kioShiMa through the smoke there. Quick pick onto allu. Get right moving in fast from CT. We'll get a quick frag. Another frag coming in as well. Up onto the bomb site, and Xizt is ready to join the action with that P90, and that's exactly what he'll do. Quick kill there from him as well, and things going a little bit better for NiP. Forest comes in with the Deagle, takes down Apex for a one-on-one. Happy's left, he's by A-Long, and it feels as if he doesn't know. He's checking the bomb site here, so his teammates have not given him that information. I don't think they even had it. So Happy will take the frag. And, well, I imagine, of course they wouldn't have the information if Forest isn't getting it, because they're not going to troll him.
Yeah, I know. They couldn't have known Happy was there because Keo was the guy who was pushing aggressively towards Long initially. He went down. They saw Apex around the car area. He went down as well. Going or just basing all of that information and then thinking that there's going to be a third guy on Long, not too logical.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So now it's hard times for NiP. Well, I think this is the map where it feels the most hopeless to actually have an eco. Out of all the maps in the game.
CT side, you rarely want to force buy in this situation.
Oh yeah. You just need bias.
Yeah, that's really what you want. Especially NiP, since they rely so heavily on that double AWP setup. They need every clean eco round they can get. And
even you even don't want to have like that buy where you got like the $4K buy where it's like, okay, we got FAMAS. Because FAMAS, it feels like a shotgun on this map almost, in how restrictive it feels. Because against an AK on the ranges, you're going to be such a huge disadvantage that it like feels like, okay, I can only take these fights in these positions if you have FAMASes. So it's almost like having that Mag 7 buy or something.
Yeah, it's not great. So you want full weaponry, and you also want nades.
Yeah.
Nades is a massive thing on this too. Just being able to delay people, gaining back map control. If you're going to fight for long control, you need to have nades if you want to take that fight with T's, because if they commit hard enough, they can, potentially throw 10 flashes over at long, and you need something to fight back with, unless you're just going to stand there white and get mowed down.
Yes, it's really awkward on Dust 2. That's why Dust 2 is CT sided when you have the money. Like, it's like Inferno in that sense. When you get that full CT buy, it is pretty sick for the CTs, but otherwise it's really hard to deal with. And EnVyUs now, they're on 8 rounds to the 12 of NiP, so they're looking to be mounting a bit of a comeback. But once again, they face the challenge. In this man here with the AWP, Forest has been prolific with this thing. He'll miss the first shot though and announce his position. There is, of course, an AWP on allu as well.
And he's playing the Fox position here on Catwalk. So that might catch them off guard, because that's way more aggressive than what he's done previously, but he's actually going to miss that shot.
That's unfortunate there. And also the tell of EnVyUs, or the information of EnVyUs being on Catwalk, really tells you nothing. You still don't know if they're going A or B, so that information is not like the kill there is the only value you get as a CT in that position. And
you can tell that NiP aren't sure as well. I like the fact that they're not pulling Force down to take another peek in mid, because that's potentially super risky if EnVyUs are just sitting there patiently waiting with 3 people to gun down whoever's rotating over from B. Instead, they have Xizt playing closer. Get right. So you set a bit of crossfire. Friberg does a great job actually picking up a frag there.
And he dinked NBK as well, so that's really good from Friberg in that position. With no support, let's not forget, no support at all against 4 players. Now GetRight's going to finish off NBK. He was down to 11 thanks to Friberg. And this, you can see how methodical and easy this cleanup is for NiP. They'll lose a quick player there to Kenny S. What damage can he do? I mean, of course, there's no time to plant the bombs, so NiP know they've won the round. And
Kenny's just going to back off.
This was a great round from NiP.
Yeah, and we talked about this prior to the first game, actually, with predictability and how you play with the lurkers and whatnot. You could tell that the second NiP managed to get Happy on Catwalk there, they did a bit of a double take, and then it was like, okay, nobody popped up. Well, then we can just focus on long. They more or less, well, they seemed convinced by the fact that EnVyUs just committed their entire team towards long as soon as they found Happy on Catwalk.
Oh yeah, and it's good to see such a methodical round from NiP as well. They didn't really overstep their, overstep anything. They just got some information. They played it safe. They played it together, and we'll see a bit of aggression coming in from Xizt there, and that is a problem. keniS will take him down, almost predictively, looking at the timing for that kind of a push, and he's going to get the frag. So pretty easy for keniS there. We get some nice pop flashes into double doors. This is that information play that is key in every default. Okay, not only was the guy on CT spotted, he was killed, that he was eliminated. So that's 3 players left for NiP. And having just killed a guy on catwalk, they know there can only be, or likely that there should only be 1 guy on the A bomb site. There is in fact 2, but that still shouldn't matter. We've got 5 guys here for EnVyUs piling into this A bomb site. In come the flicks, in come the AKs, and it's just Forest left on B now, and that is surely that. Boom. And by the way, I actually want to make a point here. Once you get picks or kills as the terrorist players, one huge thing about game sense is just having this like picture in your mind of where all the CTs are set up and where they're most likely positioned. So when you kill one guy, you can pretty much guarantee where the next peak is going to come from a CT, because your like internal game like map basically of where all the CTs are rotating. That's part of game sense as well.
Yeah, it tells you where would it, logically thinking, where would the next player be? What would be the smartest place for him to be to try to mess us up? And
when you're clutching as well, like that kind of a like internal map that you have, it gives you this level of certainty that you need. Well, okay, you need 100% certainty because you need to be committed to a shot and almost visualizing it.
Oh yeah.
It's like that's what crosshair placement is mostly about. It's about actually visualization as well as training the mechanics. It's so that your reactions can be that much faster. Because when you're visualizing, this is a sports psychology thing. It's very prevalent in sports psychology. Like visualization is like super important, and once you have that like level of certainty, it means that you're already seeing that happening. That's like what's
that scenario is already played out
exactly
for you when it happens.
It's a weird feeling that you can't really explain, but I'm sure that people that have experienced that know exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, I think actually pretty much on any level of what you play CS, whether it be lower ranks on matchmaking or at the pro level, you've been in a situation where I've been in a situation like this where someone has done this and this and this to me. I'm gonna be prepared for it. Like I'm expecting this to happen. Yeah. And it does happen, and you just instinctively react without really thinking at all. It just happens. There's
like a certain level of that, whereas then you're just on fire. You're in the zone basically, is what they call it. Like flow state is what one of the terms people use. There's many terms for that. But anyway, we've got Get right here with the mag, and the push comes in. I think he spotted the barrel there, goes for the peak. Excellent damage done by Get right. This is a big problem here for EnVyUs, because Get right's still alive with that mag. And it's a lot of damage there going the way of NiP and the information. We can see the rotation coming in from the Swedes, and it is looking fantastic for them. Forest is going to be locking down the tunnels. Happy needs to make a pick, and allu's on the flank as well. It couldn't really be worse for EnVyUs unless allu had like a rifle here. That's the only spot which just is worse, but not spotted in time. He gets the perfect engagement, and NiP are all over this round. It's just Happy left, and allu is going for him with that mag 7 from the back. Here it is. Quick flick though from Happy. He'll get the kill. Looking for the clutch here. He's got 30 seconds to try to make that happen. There's players all over the place, and there you go. Friberg's going to pick up the kill, and EnVyUs look to be struggling. Yeah,
gigantic round for NiP because they opted to go for the force buy there. They had enough for one op on force, didn't have one on allu, and we talked about it, how important it is to have those proper buys on the CT side, so you have nades to work with and whatnot. But Get right, getting that first pick onto Envy, looking for the information play in mid, just absolutely massive. But next round starting off, Kenny having an op here. Ooh, actually going to re-peek, and allu's going to avenge Forest, but
that's big.
That's really big.
If allu gets that kill instead of the reverse there, NiP have such a good advantage into the round, but now it's chaos. It's complete chaos. Scrambling to survive here are NiP.
I really like what NiP are doing now, though. They know that they're so messed up in terms of that they can't play a default. They can't play a standard passive setup here on the CT side and still expect to get away with the win. So they're pushing aggressively on catwalk to get information here and potentially a pick.
Some kioShiMa though, that'll take down Xizt, but where's the refrag here? Oh, perfectly timed from Get right. And that distraction allows Friberg to get a good engagement onto kioShiMa, and all of a sudden 2 versus 2 for NiP. They've done well to get back into this round, but Get right knows he has to do something alone, and this time he's going to go down, and it's going to be all on Friberg as he makes his way into the B-bomb site. And this is going to be a tough one. He's going to throw a smoke a little bit forwards to kind of cover his approach through the doors when the initial smoke goes away, which is a smart move, but Happy just spams through, gets the kill immediately, and EnVyUs will win the rounds. But this is interesting right now because the money situation is actually horrendous for NiP. They've been reset. They need an eco, but they're going to be back to that situation we saw before with the Mag 7 on Get Right, where a couple of them will have enough to buy properly, and then there'll be like 2 or 3 who are on horrible money.
Yeah, that's pretty much. And I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't put it past NiP to force buy again, seeing how they had much success with it.
Yeah,
in that previous round.
I would agree with it. I think. I mean, I'm cool with it. What do you think?
I would have been okay with having an eco. I think it's okay with in both scenarios because you're still going to get another proper buy round because you have a round lead. But I'm very conservative when it comes to that type of stuff, so I would probably just tell my team to eco out that round.
I think there is definitely an argument for both, and it definitely depends on your team, as you said. Like, so I think NiP, as you said, having already showed the propensity for such a play, will likely go for that again. Yeah,
especially if they're able to hold on to that op on allu, which they will. That's just going to trigger a buy, I think, for them. I wouldn't be surprised actually if we see allu dropping off that op forest and playing an op himself, and then we're going to see the double ops coming out once again.
I think he'd have to glass cannon it if he did. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they might be okay with that.
No,
there you go.
He can get Kevlar actually, I think. Oh no, he's going to go for the rifle drop.
Okay, so they're actually not going to go for the double ops. Of course, he's going to get a Colt instead. But I wouldn't be I wouldn't have been surprised by seeing one of them going glass cannon either.
Oh, there we go though. Oh, that is so demoralizing. Happy taking a frag straight away, finding the head of Get Right, and NiP now in another position where they start the round with a disadvantage. Now, will this cue an aggression from them? Because like losing a player this early, I think is so hard to deal with on Dust 2. Like you would expect to see some kind of aggression. Oh, it gets worse for them though. KennyS finds allu just peeking as that smoke goes through or goes away. Sorry, and Friberg now moving back to CT spawn. And I think they were gearing up for a catwalk push together with the existing Friberg, but now it's just Xizt alone.
And you can tell that NB are expecting NiP to push aggressively here.
Oh, great kill there from Xizt. I don't know how, but he makes it happen. kioShiMa's waiting for it. And KennyS, look at this guy. He's just there, still. He's waiting for one unsuspecting victim to cross his path, and here it is. And oh, he mixes the flick here. Opportunity for Xizt, but he won't capitalize. Instead, it's going to be KennyS who picks up another kill in this round. And now it shouldn't be too much of an issue for EnVyUs to close this out pretty effectively. But you never know. You've got Forest and Friberg who are alive. And they're on the right side of the map at the moment. But the bomb is making its way back across. And look how they're just letting KennyS sit here. And I think you mentioned this before. Essentially just letting KennyS sit there. And I think you said that you enjoyed that NiP weren't waiting to just get wrecked by him, which they seem to be doing this round.
Yeah, you know, previously it's nice that they didn't make the rotation with forcing people down from B slope. Well, taking that peak. Obviously, you want information, but you can get it in other ways, or you can make the rotation with having one guy in CP spawn, trying to hold back potentially any sort of A push without giving up too much of your catwalk control. Right, so it works both ways in that sense. But if you have the guy pushing down from B slope and he dies, that's going to force whoever's playing the rotation over towards catwalk from spawn. He's probably going to have to commit harder towards mid, potentially even cross over towards B. Has the potential of getting picked up by a firing squad from MB there as well. So yeah, it's a really rough position. But NiP are kind of putting themselves into really awkward situations by constantly going down a man really early on in the round.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as bad if you wait until it's 40 seconds left. That's okay.
Oh yeah.
That happens. If you do it with...
It's unlucky too, because Get Right died on the cross as well. Sometimes you just can't avoid that.
Oh yeah, sometimes it's just a great shot from...
Because you have to get to the B1 site. Like, like you have to get to the B1 site.
And you can't teleport.
Yeah, unfortunately no, you can't. So that really sucks, because again, if you've got 2 players running who've got a good B squad, they're running there. Oppa's like, oh, nobody's crossed. The B site is for free. That's like that's the fundamental issue there.
Yeah, actually,
so you have to cross.
Actually, that's a super easy way of abusing a team that's slow to cross because they're afraid of ops. Just as a default, instead of setting up in a 1-3-1, which is super typical for teams to do on Dust 2, you just have your entire team that doesn't have an op run towards B. Every single round at the start, maybe have one guy outside of long.
Yeah.
So, but the rest of the guys, they rush towards. Oh, allu!
What was that? What am I witnessing? NiP just somehow cleaning up that upper dark push, and allu gets his grubby mitts on an AWP, and he is going to wreck Apex, and now it's just Happy left in a matter of seconds.
And they've got the bomb as well on their side of the smoke.
We're running them off. Happy's going to go through the smoke. He's on 1 HP after he crossed through. and he is not in a good way at the moment. He will spot the frag onto allu. Xizt is the last man standing. He's got no Kevlar. But the bomb needs to be planted. There's only 7 seconds left. He's got to plant the bomb now. He's going for the frag. This is the smart thing to do, and Xizt is going to take him down. What a ridiculous round for NiP to win. Xizt will claim that AWP. And the jumping Xizt. Unbelievable stuff there from NiP to win that round.
Yeah, all in Xizt.
That is the NiP magic.
I mean, we were just taking that round for a given.
We wrote them off entirely there.
Oh, yeah, completely. I would have never expected that. Jeez, that was absolutely insanity right there.
We were there having an interesting discussion.
Yeah.
Then boom.
And if you ruin it all. Well, NiP magic happened, I guess.
Yeah, they pulled the
rabbit out of the hat.
All the rabbits came out the hat at once. It was a mess. And now we've got EnVyUs with double up, looking to try to crush NiP's economy, which it would be pretty crushed if they were to win this round.
Well, luckily for NiP, they do have map point. Map and match point, so I guess they can play without pressure right now, even though they would have to have an awkward force buy or awkward buy-up in the last round.
And here it is. Allu is going to have to do some damage. Xizt, he's going to have to save him as well. Oh, great. Oh, that's so smart by Xizt, just spraying through the smoke, anticipating the drop, gets the first kill. Allu still alive, actually. He'll take down Apex, who was challenging him close. It's going to be NBK to finish off Allu, and the bomb will go down. It's planted for short at the moment. 3 versus 3 situation, as NiP could possibly close this now if they get this retake going. Forreston with the first kill. There's Happy, though, for the trade. EnVyUs are looking fantastic here, and there you go, 14-15, and we might be going to overtime here because NiP, they don't have any money. allu, I'd expect to buy an AWP and go glass cannon. Indeed, he's going to go for that, and the rest of his teammates will just force up. This is a bad situation for the Swedes.
Well, they made a pretty good go of it in the previous round. So wait, is GetRight not buying armor? He had a okay, never mind. There we go. Had 1100, so starting to wonder there. Well, it's going to have to be on allu unless we're going to see something crazy coming out from Xizt. Well, allu doesn't have a pistol this time, so it's going to be Xizt and someone else to create some magic for them. But you can tell that NV, they're very aware of what kind of situation they're up against. I don't think they fully expect the 5-man stack towards the A bomb site though. No, I mean 4-man stack towards the A bomb site. Allu being alone on that A plateau or B plateau.
It's a less common one, yeah, that's for sure. Also, if you see the AWP there, you kind of think, oh, okay, the AWP is there, and everybody else is... Oh, okay, I thought allu was actually by car, my bad. Okay, because I was going to say, I thought they put the AWP on car, actually.
Oh, yeah.
But
I really like what NiP did there, because obviously you're banking on NV not pushing aggressively with a B split or pushing through mid at all.
Herding them into, sheepdogging them into A.
Yeah. Because you don't want to go up against an alpha that has a steady position on.
Wow. No, is it happening? Is it happening? 3 players left for EnVyUs. We've got Forrest there with the CZ, looking for the taps. He's going to find the kill onto Apex. Friberg's claimed himself an AK-47. He's going to get the long-range spray down onto Kenny S. Allu's in the back now with the AWP as well. Oh my god, EnVyUs. Oh, how did they lose this round? How did EnVyUs lose this game? I don't know. What a fantastic... We saw some great stuff there. We saw some really, really great stuff coming out of NiP. But like, that was such a weird game. I don't even know how to begin to explain that game. It was super weird.
Yeah. I really liked how NiP played their CT side. For me, it was more about how they played their CT side that was fun for me to see than their T side. Because their T side was more or less, we found a gap on catwalk. We're going catwalk.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That was more or less the game plan that NiP had. And obviously, if you find a hole in the defensive envy, you abuse it to no end. There's no reason to go away from something that's working, right? But their CT side, they showed, you know, for the most part, a lot of good adaptation coming out of them. We saw that with how they had different rotations. And again, not allowing Emmy to find easy entry frags when they just completely put a stop to it and sat down in mid, waited for rotation to come back and forth. And basically having NiP players peeking into mid time and time again. Having a couple of rounds. I think this is bound to happen over the course of a game, but for the most part, they did a pretty good job of playing a really good CT side.
Yeah, there's a lot of discipline there, a lot of good methodical play from NiP, so it's great to see from them. And they're going to take the W, so that's pretty cool as well. EnVyUs I think that EnVyUs might not be having the best time on the rankings. We'll have to check later on, but
I think they need one more win to make sure that they qualify for the playoff.
But
obviously they could have wrapped that up.
Okay, they're 7-4. Okay,
yes, this is
right.
the middle one. So they could have wrapped that up right now, and it was looking pretty promising out of time.
Well, they have another
you know.
chance today, so they're going to be
They
playing
do.
against TSM. So I don't know.
Yay.
We'll have to see how that works, because TSM are, of course, crushing everybody online and on LAN at the moment. So we'll be taking a quick break. When we're back, we'll see you on Mirage.